Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry that this took forever to come out. I've been getting a bit busy, but I promise you I got a doozy for you today, and it is none other than the Okarun Showcase. Brought to you by this man Shinobu. He came through and was like, man, I got you. But before we get into all that, let me do a very quick breakdown of exactly what Okarun is doing, just in case if some of you guys don't know. So Okarun is going to be a straight nuke slash just damage hyper carry. He is all about buffing up your team's attack and physical damage as much as possible. And if we were going to be really specific, he is going to be extremely good in any piece of content where there are multiple waves that you have to fight in. Think of stuff like the mines for an example, or some of the extreme crest palaces where there's 4 or 5 different waves. The reason for that is because of his jumpstart passive. Every time you enter into a new battle, aka a new wave, you get 200 arc gauge, which synergizes perfectly with that true art. With all the additional buffs he gives himself plus the debuff that he applies, his damage skyrockets very quickly. Also, did I mention he has the ratio passive? In terms of his slots are actually really good, and if you just want to know some good stuff to go on him, his true weapon is incredible because it buffs up all of his stats, and if you can rock out with the 4-star physical Blaze Coil, this is from the mines, this is definitely going to be the best for him. But the first fight we took Okarun against was against himself, in the Specialty X Hyper from the event. As you see, the team that we're rocking out with here is War God Finn, Hoka, Okarun, and of course Ultimate Paladin Roy. Now, one thing I didn't mention about Okarun earlier is he has this very unique passive that for the first 120 seconds of a quest, he gives everyone on the team 30% DR, whether he's the leader or not. He does not care. So this passive will synergize with a passive like War God Finn that gives 30% DR for 45 seconds when he is set as the leader. So right now on this team, even though we don't have someone like Shiro or Beta, we have a passive 60% DR for the first 45 seconds of this quest. And on top of it all, since we are running Holy Knight Roy, we do have Stark's outfit to give us even more DR. And you'll see in this fight, we don't take damage. Like, we are taking ones, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually insane how good this synergy is with War God Finn and Okarun. If War God Finn's DR buff lasted for a bit longer, this could be pretty, I would say, game-changing, meta-changing, definitely will be meta-breaking in the mines, let me say. Just because this is kind of like the setup you run the War God Finn, Okarun, or what now you would run Okarun, like 2 Summer Miyus, stuff like that. So this is going to be very impactful in the mines. But as you see there, we just cleared this no problem whatsoever. And if we look at the detail screen, you can see Okarun hitting for 15 million effortlessly. And if we actually look at the damage taken, because I was curious about this, we didn't even get over 2,000 damage taken. You would think we were running Shiro Emiya. But of course, this wasn't enough. We had to run Okarun through the gauntlet, which means Ultimate Paladin Roy is next. And in this, I got y'all, bro. A lot of you guys were asking for it. Saitama with Okarun. Everybody was like, dude, how good is Saitama with Okarun? Because Saitama loves getting more and more attack, and Okarun just gives so much to him. And well, you'll see in this, once Okarun actually gets fully stacked up and going, his damage is insane. And I'm not even using Saitama's super art in most cases. I'm just using his true art to deal tons and tons of deeps. And even right out the gate, it becomes increasingly hard for Ultimate Paladin Roy to even keep up. Unfortunately though, about like the midway point of this, we actually did get frozen. And as soon as everybody came out of that freeze, we got the break on Ultimate Paladin Roy. We actually got off Saitama's super art. So if we wanted to see how much damage that hit for, as you see, it pretty much capped out on it. He did his thing. Ultimate Paladin Roy is gonna go down to his threshold, use his threshold attack, and we are still a-okay. However, once we got to this threshold, you can see that we only have about 2 minutes left, but it doesn't even matter because the amount of additional damage and attack we have, we can quickly finish this battle before it completely runs out. As you see, we ended it at exactly 2 minutes and 85 milliseconds. And as you see with the detail screen, Okarun out damaging Saitama, surprisingly, and Okarun has a lower ratio passive than Saitama. I was really surprised about this one because I was like, that's kind of insane. I was expecting Okarun to not deal as much, but even on the detail screen here, you see with the damage taken, still really good stuff here from the entire team, and we are relatively offensive focused. We only have Saitama the hero. Sure, he is, that damage mitigation character like Shiro and all them, but he's definitely a lot more offensive based than Shiro. And the final mission that we did before we started doing some real shenanigans was against the brand new challenge fight the Bluebird. The Bluebird doesn't have like any crazy mechanics you really have to watch out for. You just need as much accuracy as possible or evasion rate down, which is why we brought Shadow. And if we want to, we could even use Shadow's super art to get defense ignore. We would see Okarun's damage get even higher than what we're about to see. We're just popping off with the true art all the time. We aren't even doing anything else. We are always popping off with the true art. Now, one thing that is kind of bad in this fight is that once we did get to low HP, we lost Okarun's damage mitigation because as soon as he hits near death, he doesn't have it anymore. So that does kind of suck, but of course we do have Saitama, and as long as Saitama keeps spamming that true art, we're a-okay. And even at the very end here, whenever we get him all the way down to his threshold, they do the revive, everybody's like taking a little bit of damage, doesn't even matter, man. Now, here's my question though in this, is that who do y'all think dealt more damage? Saitama or Okarun? Ladies and gentlemen, it was Okarun, and by a pretty good margin as well. Now I know, we've showed a lot of stuff where he's just stomping everything, and you may think the point is proven. Okarun is hands down the best unit from this crossover. There's no way that anybody will look at this unit and say that he is bad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have a few more things to show you, specifically 2 more things that Shinobu cooked up and was like, hey, you need to check this out. This is a stage where Okarun has multiple waves where he can stack, and since we're having 2 of them, we're getting double the effect of the buff. And even on this last wave here, look at the amount of deeps that we are going to be dealing with both Okaruns popping off their super art instantaneously, getting him down to no HP, and watch what happens with the damage. We're not going to take any because not only do we have Okarun, we have War God Finn giving us additional DR, and I think if we just had War God Finn, Okarun, and just whoever else with Viper, we probably would have still won. But if you look at the detail screen, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw 40 million damage. Imagine if you made a full team of Okarun. How stupid it would be, right? Ladies and gentlemen, a full team of Okarun. This is the exact same Crest Palace you just saw us do. Shinobu went absolutely crazy on the banner, got 4 of these bad boys, and using all of them on a singular team. And as you see here, the amount of deeps that we are getting each wave. You know what? I'm just going to calculate this real quick for all of you so you guys know. If you were using 4 Okaruns on one team, that means every single wave, you are getting 400% damage and 240% attack. Every single wave. This isn't just like, oh, in total. No, this is every wave you are getting that much deeps. At the end of this fight, when you've used all of your true uppercuts and we get to the final wave, we are going to be having 1600% physical damage up. And you can imagine what that does to this poor Valzendeath. He doesn't even know what's coming to him because watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's popping off with their true art. They don't even got to use the super art. He's just dead. He's dead instantly. Did you guys even see the damage happen? Because I sure didn't. One thing that Shinobu found out is that when you have Okarun in the 4th slot and he uses his true art, he dodges the end nuke because he just gets stuck like underneath Valzendeath or in between his body or something like that. Who knows exactly what it is. Only thing I do know is this game is made with spaghetti code. I don't know who signed off on this unit at GSHQ, Next Ninja HQ if you will, but oh my goodness, did they even think about the repercussions of their actions? We already saw it once with Summer Miyu back in the day, but now we have Okarun, which is not just giving a physical damage buff, he is also giving an attack buff, and that is so impactful. Not everybody's gonna be able to do the 4 Okarun comp, you know. I mean, it would be cool if you could, but if you can't and you only have one of them, hey, when the mines comes around, run a double Okarun comp in the mines. Either way though, fam, that's gonna be it for this video. Tell me down below what you all think about Okarun. Do you guys love this unit? Do you guys hate him? Let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. To me, I think he's possibly top 10, maybe even top 5, depending on who's all up there. Thank you all so much for hanging out. But if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend check out this video right here. It's the Momo showcase, which she's pretty good too, but not as crazy as this. If you're curious about checking out Momo though, click on that video and I'll meet you over there. Oh, and one more thing before you leave, don't forget to drink water.